Okay, I'm doing this video to save this thought process so I can do maybe an official YouTube video. I've realized that karma is an individual situation. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, before we come here into this 3D experience, this matrix, this simulation, whatever you have, whatever you want to call it, within our DNA, within our soul, is we have a set of rules that are it's in our DNA, the rules, the 10 Commandments, if you will, right? And everybody has different ones. It's not a set in stone list of do's and don'ts, right? Because we come here with a script. Everything is scripted. We are actors in a play. Everybody is actors in the play. Everybody has their parts. You've got the heroes, you got the villains, you got it all, right? So when you come in here, you're going to have the control in place. The control in place would be, say, the 10 Commandments, right? Which, let's think about this. 10 Commandments, they're fucking basic, all right? It's common sense shit. But they're fluid. That's what is important to remember. They're absolutely fluid, which means 10 Commandments, one of them is, you can't murder somebody, right? Well, I'm sorry, but there are some extenuating circumstances where you do, in fact, have to kill somebody, right? I mean, if it's do or die, you or them, sometimes you have to kill somebody. That's the way it is. That's the script, right? So all of the 10 Commandments, these man-made 10 Commandments, and yes, I'm saying man-made absolutely intentionally, because it's not from God. These are controls put in place by the simulation, okay? Whoever's running the show, okay? But like I said, they're all fluid. Take stealing, for instance. If you need to put food on the table for your children, and the only way you can do it is by stealing because you have no money, well, that's fluid, right? It's survival. You gotta do what you have to do to survive, which means you go against the controls. It has nothing to do with karma. The karma, like I said before, is in our cells. It's in our DNA. It is in the tapestry that makes up this. It's the soul within us, right? That's the rules. Those come into play when like if you do something and it just makes you sick to your stomach, you did wrong. You know it. Where you can't even look at yourself in the mirror, you can't sleep at night, your stomach is a mess. You know when you do something wrong. And if you ever notice, it doesn't play into the 10 Commandments, the man-made dogma rules. It usually is something that doesn't affect anybody. And if you talk to somebody about it, they're like, hey, it's no big deal. No, it eats at you. That means you went against your own personal set of rules that you have in place. It means you went outside of the boundaries of your script. It takes you off the path of what you're here to do. It fucks you up, right? That's the karma. So, depending on how bad it is, like say, you got to correct it. It will get corrected. Karma doesn't fuck around, okay? And you've heard it before. I'll say it anyway. Karma never forgets an address. Karma will come for your ass. Guaranteed. Always does. Now, if something happens before you can redeem yourself, say, you get taken out or something, right? You may possibly have to come back here to fix it. That's the karma stuff. So that is what karma's about. It has nothing to do with the dogma, the man-made controls, because those are definitely fluid, right? But your rules, your individual rules for the part you play in this game of life, you have your own set of rules. So these individuals out there that are doing horrible things, terrifying things, unforgivable things, that may be their role. That they're supposed to do that. That they're doing exactly what their rules are. So no, if they're here to do terrible things, they might not have any karma to have to pay back because they're sticking to their script. Right? That's just my idea of karma, and I think it really fits. Makes sense to me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just a thought. So anyway, I don't know if anybody will think this is very useful, but I don't know. It makes sense to me. Thanks. Let me know what you think. And definitely don't get on the Bible thumping train, because the sooner you realize that that is just a man-made situation to a large degree, because the Bible's been manipulated to such an extent that it's all opposites. The only thing that makes sense is love. And love is fluid, and it's I don't know. It's a tough one. But anyway, let me know what you think.